The carpenter who built a dream. In a peaceful little town surrounded by rolling green hills lived a humble carpenter named Ibrahim. He wasn't rich, nor did he have the fanciest tools. But he had something more valuable: a heart full of dreams and hands that never gave up. Ibrahim loved working with wood. Every morning, the sound of his hammer and the soft scrape of his chisel echoed from his small workshop. Children often gathered around to watch him carve animals, birds, and little toys. Parents admired his skill, but Ibrahim's work rarely made him much money. Deep down, Ibrahim had one big dream. He wanted to build something so beautiful and strong that people would remember it for generations. But there was a problem. Nobody in town believed a poor carpenter like Ibrahim could ever do something great. Dreams are for rich men. One shopkeeper laughed once. You should be happy making stools and toy horses. Another villager said. Even Ibrahim's friends sometimes shook their heads. Why waste time dreaming when life is about survival? Ibrahim listened quietly but never let their words crush his spirit. At night, when the stars twinkled, he would whisper, "One day, I will build something that will inspire everyone." The king's announcement one summer morning, the town crier arrived with exciting news. Hear the king has announced a great competition. Whoever builds the most beautiful and useful structure for the kingdom will be rewarded with gold and honor. The whole town buzzed with excitement. Blacksmiths planned to make strong iron gates. Masons wanted to build tall stone walls. Rich merchants even hired skilled workers from other towns. Ibrahim listened quietly, his heart racing. This is my chance, he thought. That evening, under the glow of a lantern, he sat, sketching ideas on scraps of paper. He didn't want to build something ordinary. He wanted to build something that would bring happiness to everyone, rich or poor. After hours of thinking, he smiled. "I will build a bridge," he whispered, "a bridge that connects the two sides of our valley, so people can travel safely without walking miles around." The struggles begin the next day. Ibrahim started gathering wood. His workshop became filled with planks, ropes, and tools. But soon, problems arose. Why waste time on a bridge? Villagers mocked. The king will never choose a poor carpenter's work. Besides, another added, a bridge made of wood will never last. Ibrahim ignored their words. He worked from sunrise until the moonlight shone, cutting, carving, and joining pieces. His hands blistered, his back ached, and some nights he fell asleep on the workshop floor. Once, a heavy beam fell and bruised his arm badly. Another time, a storm destroyed half the wood he had left to dry. Each time, doubt whispered in his mind. Maybe they are right. Maybe I can't do this. But Ibrahim would look at the stars and remember his dream. Dreams are not built in one day, he told himself. I must keep going. The dream takes shape. Weeks passed. Slowly, the wooden bridge began to take shape across the valley stream. Children watched in awe as Ibrahim hammered and tied every piece with care. Some villagers, who once mocked him, began to admire his determination. One day, a little boy asked, "Uncle Ibrahim, why are you working so hard?" Ibrahim smiled and said, "Because when you build something with love and patience, it becomes more than wood and nails. It becomes a dream." Finally, after months of sweat and struggle, the bridge stood proudly over the stream. It wasn't just strong, it was beautiful. Ibrahim had carved patterns of flowers, stars, and birds along the railings. When the sun set, the carvings glowed golden, as if the bridge itself carried a piece of the sky. The king's visit, the day of the competition, arrived. The king traveled from town to town, examining gates, towers, and fountains built by rich men. Many were grand, but none touched his heart. At last, he reached Ibrahim's bridge. The villagers gathered nervously. The king walked slowly across the wooden bridge, running his fingers along the carvings. He stopped halfway, listening to the gentle sound of the stream below. Then he turned to Ibrahim. "Who built this?" "I did, Your Majesty," Ibrahim said, bowing respectfully. The king's eyes twinkled. "This bridge is not only useful, but also full of beauty and heart. You have built more than would you have built a dream for your people. From today, this bridge will be known as the Dream Bridge." The villagers cheered, their earlier doubts forgotten. The king rewarded Ibrahim with gold, but more importantly, with honor. People from distant towns came to see the Dream Bridge and admire the carpenter who never gave up. Legacy of the Dream Bridge. Years passed, but the bridge stood strong, connecting people, families, and villages. Children played on it, travelers crossed it safely, and artists painted its beauty. Ibrahim became known not just as a carpenter, but as a dreamer who proved that no matter how small or poor you are, dreams built with hard work and perseverance can last forever. And every night, when he looked at the stars, Ibrahim whispered with pride, "I built my dream." Moral of the story: never give up on your dreams, no matter how small you are or how many people doubt you. With hard work, patience, and determination, dreams can be built into reality.